as I said before going to the studio, I always like to be very, very organized. And this is a folder that contains all the original lyrics that I've been bringing to the studio, that I've been working on while I was making some changes, like I don't know, some words changing, or where the accent of the word have to go when I sing the specific word, the BPM, and all kind of stuff. I can show you a couple of these things, so you can see how messy these things are. And you can see that on some of these lyrics there are hashtags, and I put some notes next to it, something like here you have to pronunciate the word that way, and you have to accentuate that vocal. So these are very important things for me when I am in a vocal booth, when I have to sing. And as I was saying before, I usually have these things right in front of me. In front I have my microphone, there is in the vocal booth there is the glass where I can see the engineers in front of me, and on the side or on the top there are this attached to the wall. That's why there are still, still the black pieces on the papers. And as I said before, I always like to have my lyrics in the studio written in the center, like this. So as you can see, I divide in blocks. I even write things like, okay, here I want to put not very spontaneous ha ha ha, not like a laughing, but like a ha, like a vocalizing piece. And I write these things down when I think about this stuff before I forget. Sometimes it happens that I have the inspiration when I'm driving to the studio, or in the morning having breakfast, and I always write this stuff down before I go to the studio. See here, all the notes like that I put even before and after the recording. This one, for example, is the one that I used for B1. And there are not lots of notes in this one. I was pretty sure about how to sing it. This is one of the songs that came to me very quickly, from a melody point of view, from the lyrics point of view. There are just a few notes, like at the end of this verse, I wanted to change in the second verse the way I was ending the melody. For example, the first verse was, at the end was like, before we broke free, and it was going down. And the second verse, instead, I wanted to go more like, say we can be, something like that, going up, which at the end I didn't use. I used the same melody, but that was an idea. See, sometimes you write things down, but doesn't mean that you're gonna really use it.
I wish we were free, but your lips are mirroring me, saying we can.
So some of these pages are very important to me because there are the notes, not just mine, but also from my team that I've been working with, Simone, the engineer, the sound engineer, and the arrangement guys, the producers. So all these things have everybody's notes on, and they're very, very important to me, and they're kind of a little reminder of what we've done. This one, for example, I never really printed it. This is Hiding in the Wings, and I decided to have it written by hand. So this is my handwriting, and I had it this way, all the way in the studio. I want to say something about one of the songs for this album, which is Unwritten Words. Why did I call it Unwritten Words? Well, the reason was, when I was writing the lyrics for the song, I went at the point that I needed to write the chorus, the words for the chorus. I was already clear in my mind the story that was happening into the song. So from the first verse to the second verse to the pre-chorus, the special. But then I arrived at the chorus and I thought, okay, this story can't develop into words chorus. That's why I decided to call it unwritten words, and I decided to leave that part of the story, la, 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 because I wanted to be unspoken, you know, and I used my 3 layers of voices in this song, in the chorus, to create a kind of an unspoken but really spoken message underneath. So if you are the one that I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you are recognizing yourself in a story that I'm talking about, because it can touch a lot of people from an experience point of view, unwritten words, you can understand why there is a building on the melody that goes from la 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 la. You can understand why it's building that way, because there is so much that you want to say in this song that there are actually no words to say them.
Honestly, our story will never die.
During the recording of this album, I shared a lot of parts of myself to my team, which became family. At the end of the project was very emotional for me, at the end of the project, because I had to say goodbye to a great journey that lasted for more than 1 year. Of course, I'm still working with my team, because I really enjoy working always with the same people, because when you create the chemistry, the connection, you don't want to lose it. But working on an album for a change, and not just a single song or 2 or 3 songs, it has a massive impact on anybody's life. We were spending so much time together. We were having lunch together, breakfast, sometimes dinner. We were spending weekends together, trying to figure out the best way to express that emotion, not just with the voice and the melody, but also with the instruments, because I really wanted every song to sound unique and different from each other, which is something that can be criticized, because if you listen each and every individual song on their own, they feel like they are not, they're all different, you know, in a good way, I hope in a positive way. But if you listen to the whole album, you understand the journey that I wanted to create with this amazing team. They were brilliant, and I'm really proud to have shared this journey with them. The idea of the title started as a joke, like we were all discussing at the table how we're gonna call this album, and as a joke it came out like, oh, we don't know yet, and we said, why don't we call it We Don't Know Yet? That was at the beginning kind of a joke, but going forward in the process we realized that that joke, the initial joke, actually made a lot of sense. This album wanted to show the audience, whoever was listening to it, wanted to make them hear the sounds that characterized, that identify the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the modern sounds, but leaving you at the end of the album with a big question mark, which nobody knows yet. Where is the sound of the music going in the future? We don't know yet. If you have any comment, any question, please write in the comments what are your questions, and I will be very happy to answer to all of them. Guys, I really want to thank you for being here with me today. I've been sharing some of my secrets with you, some of my family with you, my team, my journey, and I'm very happy that I did that. I hope you enjoyed the time with me, and this is my album, We Don't Know Yet. go and listen to it on Spotify, on YouTube, stream it on your favorite platform, and tell me what you think about it.